Hi, here we are again. Another day in paradise. Good song, that wasn't it, by chance? Hope you're all well. I'll give you a few minutes to log in and all that sort of thing. And what a terrible day weather-wise, isn't it? Not nice at all. It's a bit grubby, the weather, and it hasn't been very nice. However, let's crack on. I did a couple of videos today about how it impacts on motivation to stay sober if the weather's bad. You sometimes drift towards the boozer. Well, it's boring in life. Not much happening. Dark nights, cold. People tend to relapse more. Hi Peter, how you doing? Nice to see you, Johnny. How you doing, Johnny? Well done on getting sober as always. Hi Dan. Evening Leslie. Hope you're well. Just talking a little bit about Blackstone. Good evening. How are you doing? Dark, isn't it? Yeah, very dark. It's been horrendous weather, and this is a time, especially it's Fridays, wasn't it? The number of factors here. It's Friday, dark, cold, heading towards winter. They're getting pretty peed off the economy and the government at the moment. I think there's going to be a massive, massive problem with alcoholism very, very soon, because it's going to be a bit like COVID. I think when people are going to stay indoors more, there'll be a lot more job losses. Sorry to bring grim news, but it's true, isn't it? Hi, Kathy. How are you? You know, it's a bit grim, but got to face reality. And if you're drinking, it's going to make things worse. My mother's always said she's 94. It's the survival of the fittest. It always has been. We've had periods over the last 40, 50 years where the average person, as I imagine most of us are, has been doing all right. But now the average person is struggling. Hello, Neil. Hope you're well. The average person is struggling along a little bit. So we've got to get sober. We've got to get fit to survive because it's going to be a tough time. You can just look around you. Now, which city you're in, which town you're in, whether you're in, metropolis, wherever, people are looking poorer, getting poorer. I know myself just by shopping. I've been away overseas for short breaks with my fiance quite a bit this year, and everywhere in Europe is cheaper than here, including France, which is crazy, and Paris even. We're getting well behind because of the exiting Europe, and also because of the world economy and the government we're having at the moment. Yeah, Blackstone, people are much more stressed and angry, aren't they? Definitely, it's an angry society at the moment. A lot of road rage, a lot of people shoplifting, even under the odd plastic bag. 60 pence? No way. But you know what I'm saying? And if you're drinking, you tend to feel the pressure more. You can't deal with it. And the video I'm going to put out this week is about this some partner I came up with actually. A good tale called The Truth About Sobriety that no one talks about. And the truth of getting sober is it can be a bit of a shock at first. You have to deal with things, head on. For years we've masked these things we've dealt with by drinking, but you don't have that backup of the booze. But you've got to be strong. And if you get sober, you can be strong. You can deal with things. We've all got problems. All of us got problems. But as Blackstone just said there, who else has noticed people seem more stressed and angry? They did a survey, Leslie, it's just bad in France, is it? In France, some farmers are having their crops sown. Potatoes, Jesus, that's desperate, isn't it? Really desperate. I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? People stealing potatoes, but people are stealing all over the place, and people are getting more and more fed up. Very quickly, this has happened as well, and if you're drinking, it's going to be a lot worse. You're going to waste money for a start, aren't you? It's good to be alive, but we've had some rough times. Going to be even rougher, I think. It's just a bit of a warning. I think, long term, when AI comes full force and all that sort, there'll be more job losses. And if you're using the booze to mask that, to help you through that, it's not good, is it? Kathy, I can't believe that Leslie got potatoes, but I do believe it. I've seen, similar reports really. Kathy Blackstone, I've seen it too. Now I have relatives who are required to work without pay because of the US government shutdown. There you go, and see. Wow, bad, isn't it? Blackstone wondered if the rise in shoplifting is a breakdown in morality or desperation. Bit of both, I think, Blackstone. The government, I think what's happening is people are seeing the very rich get richer. And even some of the government top rank will take any freebie. So people are like, bollocks, I'm going to have some of that. I think there's a bit of that as well. Because of social media, we see a lot more of what the rich and famous take and how they live. And I think that's a big impact on people because you think, well, I mean, there's so much information now around that you think, well, if they can do it, I can do it. Hi, Catherine, hope you're well. Straight, we drank as an excuse. We drank as avoidance. We don't have no accountability. We stay childlike. In spite of we grow up, we deal with things and handle situations. We accept things that as they are. You've got to learn to do that, yeah. I mean, you can feel a bit lonely at first when you first get sober. Your drinking buddies disappear because they don't want to see you. And people will, your family will respect the fact you're getting sober. You have to learn to have fun again, but you can. Once you get used to being sober, life's much, much better because you can see your mind's clear, isn't it? You can see ahead, you've got some purpose, you've got some ambition about all that sort of thing. You've got to be strong, and the sooner you get off the booze, the better, because it's going to hit people like a train. This anger and stress. It's strange. It's good that Leslie's mentioned that because even in France, let's say we were in France in March. I thought France was cheaper than the UK for the first time. I used to go to France a lot. Hugh to Hoop, I can drink 24 beers in a day. That was always like that as well. Not good, is it? Not good. During the struggle, I'm struggling now. Operation self-employed, 3 to 6 off, no help from the council. I must not relapse. No, don't. That's a good message there, Johnny. You don't relapse just to try and hide away because it's not getting better, is it? I'm not sure if I did that. I was okay-ish for finances. Mine was more emotional thing. A bit bored or a bit sick of something happening in my marriage or something like that. I also enjoyed the buzz as well. So certainly don't drink when you're down. That's even worse, isn't it? But we're here, Johnny, so you know where I am. Hugh, my fridge without beer, I'm panicking. If you're panicking about having no beer in, then you basically, well, like I was, got anxiety. I was speaking to a lady today, and just go to the supermarket. It was rough, and she said, I feel really rough. I went to a funeral yesterday, too much drink. She knows what I do in here, and she said, did you get anxiety? I said, of course I did. And she didn't drink a lot, but the odd time she goes and, gets this anxiety. So all of these anxieties people have are going to be amplified when wages come down. But this cost of living is crazy. Living standards in the UK are pretty bad at the moment, and they're going to get worse. So as soon as you get sober, the more money you save, the more productive you can be. Maybe get some more employment and shore up the defences in a way. It's like medicine / poison. Of course it is. All alcohol is poison. It's designed to keep you numb, isn't it? In ways. But when you get higher up, how you doing? I was just talking about how the economy is crippling and how people are getting more stressed and angry. I don't know if you've noticed that yourself. Maybe not on the waterways, but in general in cities, a lot more road rage. People are getting more stressed and more shoplifting. There's more anger on the streets. The police have lost control, in my opinion. Even though I'm ex-police, I still think. Because I work in the Met, even the Met are having problems. You could be anywhere else where basically, maybe Greek islands, to be honest. It's cheaper. I've been away quite a lot this year, just for short breaks with my partner, and this is the most expensive place, the UK, by far. Even hotels. I'm not talking about 5-star, but just everything's better value, isn't it? Europe here, use a beer is actually cheaper than food. I think that's why it was grew. Well, Weatherspoons are a big contributor to alcoholism. I know I got a lot of flack for that, but the price, the availability make a big difference, like when it's so cheap to drink. You can say, hope you have a good day. Yeah, brilliant, Christopher. Hope you all have as well. If you want to support the channel, then please do hit the super chat button, or there's buy me a coffee link at the top, and more people to support and what to do with the channel, and keep going with it. Joining the channel, know that a better man, alcohol free, because you are much better alcohol free. You recover from your better. You'll be clear headed. You'll save money not drinking. Yeah, get back to work quicker. Everything's positive in sobriety, even though it might take you a little bit of time to get there. You might still have cravings. I didn't, but you might still have cravings. You might still feel a little bit left out because you're not seeing the same people. Life will become calmer, more settled. You'll be able to relax more. And the one important thing about getting sober is you rediscover yourself. Because before you were living a lie, really. Well, I was drinking to mask the problem. That problem is just, the electricity bill needs paid. I'll go and have a drink. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? But that's the way it is. Hello, Anne. Hope you're well. Nice to see you. Hello, Dennis. We're just talking about here. I've just basically gone through a couple of things. People are getting more angry, stressed because of job losses, cost of living, all this sort of thing. People are turning to booze. I know that for a fact. And you do as well. This country is getting worse. 100%. It's getting worse by the week, isn't it? I get down into the news. I think, don't watch negative things because of the COVID relapse. Yeah, you've got to be strong on the journey. You're doing really well. All the relapse is going to do is, the Stoics said that, it's going to slow down your recovery, slow down or delay you get back to work, and all this sort of thing. And when you're drinking too much, everything seems negative. It's the impending doom, I'll call it. When you get this anxiety after a few drinks, you think everything is going to go wrong. When you're sober, you can make things turn positive if you really push it. You have to be very mindful of that, because people could easily fall off the wagon here between now and Christmas, because you've got a number of factors: the weather, Christmas coming, strains on the budget, different things are going to change in finance generally, prices going up all the time, all this, it all adds to a bad mix. There's a bad mix of things happening at the moment. Bad feel in the country by everything. And as Blackstone alluded to earlier, there seems a lot more stress and anxiety. Well, angry people, really. John Atkinson, after a lifetime of drink being the norm around virtually every social gathering from watching the match, it was incredibly hard. Yeah, it didn't take me that long to get around that, because I knew how ill I was, you see. I could never go back to how ill I was. That was the thing. Robert Hochburn, the relapse was because of an excuse. There's never a reason to relapse. It's a mortal weakness that your addiction is pound strong. Stay strong, stay true to yourself. Yeah, we've all relapsed, haven't we? For whatever reason. Very true. So, you've got to really look at yourself, what you want to achieve, how strong you want to be, but the sooner the better, in my view. It's become more urgent to get people off the booze, I think, because it's going to be so easy to go back into it. And that, I said, during COVID, if we're going to get the similar sort of work pattern, 4-day weeks, 3-day weeks, because companies are cutting costs, then people are going to be at home more. The temptation is to drink more, isn't it? And take more debt out, or accrue more debt. And then in itself will cause more issues and more anxiety and more relapse in a way. It's a terrible thing, the way things are going. But when you become sober, you will not, it's not a magic wand, but it gives you the tools to deal with things and face things head on. For years, I neglected my health, my teeth, and all that sort of thing. You don't go to the doctors, you don't go to the dentist, you don't look after yourself. When you get back on track, it's fantastic. But you've got to use that time that you used to drink responsibly and try and find something which is going to be more important to you than drinking. My alcohol is our kryptonite. Even one beer sets off that withdrawal. Anxiety, craving, insomnia, if we do nothing else, stay sober is enough. 100%. You've got to stay sober. Yes, Johnny, I'm the same. Samaritan in general, the country has produced a poor quality person No courtesy, no manners, no love for one another. Selfish society. I'm all right, Jack. Don't get me started on the quality of driving. You're right, yeah. Yeah, you're right. The whole lot's right. It's very selfish society, very ignorant society, isn't it? I don't know where that's come from. It's a long-term thing. I just think it's going to get worse, you know. Hi, John. Hope you're well. Nice to see you. So Friday night's always a bit strange. I think a lot of people go on the booze. A lot of people just don't come on here. But I did mention Birdie was all right, didn't I? He hasn't come back. If you do benefit from these lives, then please drop a super chain or buy me a coffee. Links at the top there. If you've got anything particularly you want to talk about, then obviously send me a message and whatnot. But today was mainly I was trying to talk about this, going back to or getting into sobriety, which can be a little bit problematic for some people because they feel as if they're losing out on something, and that again takes you back to relapse, isn't it? Which is a killer. Paul Hart, how are you doing? Nice to see you, Paul. Catherine, you're right here and you can't open your mouth or you're in the wrong, especially as an older woman. Your laughter. Yeah, it's just true though that generally people are more selfish, more self-centered, more angry, more stressed, and that will lead to huge problems. Well, I don't know why, but it's October. I know that 2023 had the highest alcohol-related death rate ever. 2024's figures haven't been released, but I'm told it's much higher. Hi, Johnny. Thanks very much for that super chat donation. Really appreciate that. Cheers, Johnny. The more people that support the channel, the more we can do with the channel, the more we can keep it running, keep it at the front, as it were. Thanks again, Johnny. Appreciate it. Keep sober, mate. Push on all the time. Don't relapse. God's sake. John, have you seen Beaver chatting around? No, I think, John, Samara messaged John, got a hard back or something, might be busy. Cheers, Johnny. Jason Rains, everybody in chat, happy Friday. Yep, nice one, Jason. Evelyn, what I love about sobriety is the calmness it offers. Yeah, it's a good point that when you can relax without alcohol. Because it's a crazy world when you're drinking, isn't it? I've said before, it's a full-time job. You know, trying to hide the drink, trying to be yourself, trying to mask everything and trying to be normal. Because we know we're not normal when we're drinking, no. You're trying to be normal, though. That's chewing gum and mint sprays and trying to look better and hiding drinks and drinking before you go to an event and drinking after you come back from the event and then trying to get enough sleep. It's impossible. It's an impossible job being an alcoholic. You cannot live like that for long. The stress of being an alcoholic, the stress of hiding the booze, telling lies all the time, getting money out, and getting money on credit cards and all this carry on, getting loans out even. So when I left a message on her YouTube channel and she gave me a heart. Right, okay, cheers. So I thought you mentioned that, yeah. So this test of character is not hanging in when you expect light at the end of the tunnel. The performance of duty and persistence, for example, when you know no light is coming. Yeah, it is. It's just being persistent, being dogmatic about it, just being really, really tough. You've got to be tough on yourself sometimes. You cannot just relapse because it's easier, which is what we did in the past, isn't it? So when you get sober, you will have to face reality. And that's what some people don't want to do. And temptations there was to just get the booze again, isn't it? Why some alcoholics sneak and others just drink out loud? I think most of us are overthinkers, and most of us are decent people. Some will just do it out loud. I think when you lose your inhibitions, totally. I mean, I know people who are in their 50s and 60s who will die next couple of years, next 5 years even. They know they're going to die. But the drink's more important to them than being alive. One guy I know, same age as me, started on that 0% Guinness. He was told by his specialist that he might have 6 months if he doesn't stop drinking. Maybe a year if he doesn't stop drinking. So he said, I'll give the Guinness a month. I thought you were going to die, didn't you? You know, when it gets to that 11, the doctors are telling you you've only got a few months, maybe a year to live. You've got to put the brakes on, haven't you? Completely. You've got to complete stop. You cannot carry on. It's as simple as that, you know. During the trial, this is my toughest year. My brother was killed in a horrific way. I admit that alcohol was and is the hardest fight I've had. Wow, Johnny, I didn't know that. Praise to you. going out there for your brother. How fucking horrendous is that, You've got to be sober for him, and you don't want to lose touch with reality. It's easy to do. I've done it myself many times. But you're on here. You're strong lad. You got to keep pushing, yeah. Hello, Mr. Singh. I'm drinking around twice a month, but I have a limit: 2 to 3 pints of quart of whiskey bottle. No, you're not. No, not at all. Carl beer. That's nothing. It's you're fine. So don't worry about that. But thanks for coming on here and pop on again. Tell your friends about it and come on. Catherine, sorry to hear that, Johnny. You're all very sorry to hear about your terrible news, Johnny. It's not good. But we're here to support you. Try and help you. It's not a good thing to deal with that. We've all had our traumas. Thanks very much, Richard. That's wow. Richard sent 5 memberships. Thanks so much. Baston, live a life that would make him proud and smile, Johnny. Definitely. Thanks for all those memberships. Thanks so much, Rich, for that. Wow. Thank you again. Makes a massive difference. The more support we get, the more we can do. And it makes me feel good when people say to me, "You saved my life," or "I saved my daughter's life." So there's a lot of things going on with this channel now, and it's heartwarming to see that people are getting better, getting well, and completely stopping, as Johnny has. He's got his issues. We've all got issues. When I first got sober, there was a lot of times I thought, I wonder what it's like to have just one, even though I'd been in hospital for 2.5 years. People with liver transplants drink again, die. I've got a friend who's been drinking again, who had massive problems when I was in hospital. He's going to die. He's yellow when I saw him last time. He's only 53. Ben Moore, 7 days sober. Keen to keep it up. Good man. Well done, Ben. Keep pushing. It's not easy, but it can be done. There's a few people on here who've been to the edge of life, as they say. Leslie had a transplant. Samara's been in hospital. Stoics been ill. I've been ill. There's a lot of people on here have been very, 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 were gravely ill and managed to get back to a decent level of health and a good life. So you can do it, Ben. Just kick in. Lock in, as they say, and push for it. Yeah, thanks very much for those memberships. It's really good, that, Richard. So sorry to hear about your brother doing. Yeah, it's horrendous, that, John. Thanks again, Richard, for the support. If anybody else wants to support the channel, then please super chat button or buy me a coffee link at the top. And the more support we get, the more we can do. We've got nearly 50 people on, which is good for Friday. Yeah, that's good, Richard. Good man. So, yeah, my real message is to fight through it. The early days are hard, obviously, but once you get into it, it gets easier. But there's still always the risk of relapse. Always. Samara was off for years. I was off for years. People could be off for years and years and years and go back on it because something kicks in. But be mindful of that all the time. But as you get more sober, it's easier. Gareth saying hello from Dublin. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm still sober. I'm just feeling bored. I'm out all day. Today came busy. It just takes time. It does. Boredom is a massive factor, Gareth. So keep positive. Yeah, Richard Kell, the most generous sponsor. Incredible. Yeah, well done, Richard. Thank you. Frank Brenner, one day at a time, everyone. One day at a time. Good message, yeah. We have to keep hammering that home, one day at a time. It's the only way to beat this. Stoic, come on, saying it's not always the amount of frequency of drink. If you drink and you lose control, you're no longer yourself. It's affecting your life if you're hurting yourself or anyone else. Good point, Stoic, yeah. Probably not an alcoholic, but if you drink too much and it's causing issues, then there is a problem somewhere along the line. But I think if you can control it, you're pretty much okay. It might knock a few years off your life, but you're not going to die suddenly, I don't think. As long as you balance everything else out, as I said before, everything in moderation. I wish I'd listened to that when I was 30 instead of being taken to hospital many years later. So, there's all sorts of problems with this. We've all been in a mess, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Oh, Kathy, thanks for that wonderful donation there. Hope you're well, Kathy. And everything's tickety-boo where you are in the US in dollars. Wow, Thanks very much. It's amazing that we can reach out to people all over the world, isn't it? Thanks again, Kathy, for that. People from Finland, Denmark, Australia, Tasmania was one, wasn't it? US, Canada. I do one-to-ones for quite a lot of people now, and some are in New York, some are in Brisbane, some are in Japan, all over the world. One lad's in Ukraine, he travels all over the world. And he only drinks when he's on a flight. He gets to the mess. Otherwise, he's all right. Johnny the Troll's a hard fight. Just keep busy. 7 weeks now. Wow, thanks very much. That's amazing. That's Johnny, 7 weeks. And, you've done well. And we've all done well. You can get on here, haven't we? At the end of the day. A lot of people can't even get on here. A lot of people don't want to open up. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. But the more I speak to people, the more I've been around, the more people know about this channel, the more people know about this. Then I tend to speak to people a little bit more. Thanks, Anne, for that coffee. Really appreciate that. Anne's an amazing person. You're all amazing people. And, regular people are good because locked onto this community now. So there's always 50 or 60 people who will always be here and air their thoughts. And I think it's a very trusting place, this, and I think it's good for people opening up. A lot of stories come out, horrific stories that people have had, lifestyle and things that's happened to them, trauma and all that sort of thing. And, it's good that we can all come together. We will have a a first meeting in January. Chris Master, Friday night booze free for me tonight. Up early for the gym tomorrow. Then same again at daytime. Well done. Yeah, that's a good hobby, the gym. It got me out of a lot of trouble, the gym. John does matter how it works around him too. I've got that one. Ashton, when you get sober, you realise there is a whole other world of people very early. That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, really good point. Up and around, Mr. Line about 11. It didn't feel like a fight. I surrendered. I said, "Uncle." Yeah, it is a fight to me. Like, was run like a raffle. Johnny, I'm alone and had a short ration. The devil will tempt me, but it won't win. No, just keep positive, Johnny. I know it's easy for me to say that because what you're going to get from it, just more pain and disappointment. That's all you're going to get from drinking. Because drinking, you're just in a rut. You're not moving forward at all. If it's drinking heavily is stagnation. That's all it is. Stagnation. Richard Kell, widower here, age 67. I have installed my winter reading program to focus on material that will occupy my mind by many years. Insomnia. I no longer fight it. I now accept it. Well, brilliant, Richard. Good message. Catherine, yes, Johnny, don't let it win. No, don't let it win. Good message there from Richard. Focus on something which will occupy your mind. Your mind's fit, your body will be fit. And so on. The two are interconnected, obviously. Remember, we can not out-train sleep or work or addiction. We'll always be there waiting. We have to face it head on. We're not bored. The addiction is bored. We're not getting fed. Yes, good point. Good point. So, as always, very good with words, isn't it? During the trial, I won't give up. Not when I think of how hard it is. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I always do. Focus on how unwell you were, how ill you were, how your life was. You're just in a rut, aren't you? The cycle round and round and round, the same thing every day. Drink, feel a little bit better, go to sleep, feel rough, drink. It's the same thing every day. Groundhog Day, isn't it? Blackstone, an alcoholic, is probably the only person who can reliably predict the future if they drink. It's a very good point, that actually. You know where you're going when you're alcoholic, don't you? Nowhere, basically. Down and down and down. The demon drink. Yeah. Richard, thanks for that message. It's a good message, isn't it, Kathy? Yeah. Keep your mind busy and keep yourself busy. And you won't get this this boredom factor which will creep in. I've got a friend, ex-drinking buddy, who's had pancreatitis twice, and the second time he got it because he said he got bored. He was off for about a year and got bored. So, you've got to be very mindful that you must keep busy. It's typical of us humans. We get to figure out of life just before we pop our clothes. I wish wisdom would come a lot earlier in life. It's a good point, isn't it? It's a very good point. Don't wake up until our middle age or beyond. Johnny, I look at old photos and videos. I look to mess. No reverse forward only. That's a good idea. Johnny, look at the old you and look at the new you. You're getting fitter, you're so mixed in now. Brilliant. Often being bored is a luxury for me. There's always something that needs doing. Bored leads to boring. It's the addiction seeking the way in. Yeah, good point. Keep busy, isn't it? Keep them busy. Keep them motivated. Exactly. So stay quiet and consider what exactly creates this strange drinking symptom apart from just being an addictive substance. Richard, hi Stephen. Good to you and you all. Hi Richard, hope you're well. Frank, Brennan, personal question, Stephen, if you don't mind, of course, you don't have to answer. How is your relationship in here? How's your relationship in here and now? Brilliant. It's really good. Yeah, it always has been good, really. But she did say after I came out of hospital, and when I got well again, if you drink again, I'll not speak to you. So there you go. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, thanks for asking, Frank. Number 77. Chris Star, keeping busy seems hard in winter, but it's all good excuse to try new things and see what you can stick with. Yeah, this is why I'm thinking push these more, push you more, push yourself, push everyone more. Because winter's the time when people relapse. Even Chicken, how are you doing? Where have you been? Have you been arrested? Somewhere I've been Chicken in the house. Wow. Round of applause. Paul Hall, I always find October a depressing slog. The night's closing in the trigger extra booze, and of course it does. And then you've got the clocks going back. John Doe, hi, Beef and Chicken, Stoic, Beef and Chicken, man, hey mate, where have you been? Arrested, I think. Just joking. Maybe she's been sent to a channel with that sober start below. Back on Stephen, you look like you are on the run in that hoodie. You're seeing shirts and suits. Oh, this is quite warm. Like it's sort of comfortable. And I bought it in Turkey tonight. I should put a suit on soon again. I went to the gym actually earlier. But many docs are clueless, have no idea of the patient's lifestyle. I agree. Only you and I know how we feel, or all of us as a group, good alcoholics. Neil Hughes, High Beef, Works. How do you make any money on YouTube? Make a little bit from views, but try it. Johnny, thanks very much for that sort of chats. Again, it's really, really helpful, and the more support we get, the more we can do. Thanks very much. Beauty Hello Sub, thanks for checking in. Not in jail, just busy. Nice one. I'm glad. We were worried about you, to be honest. Seriously. Not in jail, that's good. Frank Brennan, delighted to hear things are great with your daughter. I know you will never let down. Thanks, Frank. It was heartbreaking when she said, don't die. So I need you to walk me down the aisle. And now she's had a little boy, So things are really, really good. It's a blessing, really, life now. Because when you get to the stage where the doctors say you may not live, then you view the world in a totally different way. And nothing bothers me now. Well, obviously, you don't want to let door down the partner or something, but nothing bothers me. If I get a debt letter or something, I just put it in the bin. If I'm going to pay the council tax, bollocks to it, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. I'll sort out later. I don't panic, is what I'm trying to say. I don't panic about things. I used to panic about everything when I was drinking. Richard had a battle today, really needed the Carlsberg fall off. That's good. You've got control. When you've got control, you can do it. You're a granddad, young man. Yeah, thanks, Frank. Yeah, it's good. Richard Kell, most valuable channel on the web. Thanks, Richard. Appreciate that. Dennis Maloney, one of my biggest drivers now. Was that amazing feeling of waking up fresh, not shaking and in bits with a clear head. It's unbelievable. Please, I'm never going back. No, you'll never go back. Now you get that in your head. Hello, John. Thanks very much for that. There's both 3 coffees. That's amazing, isn't it, really? The support here is unreal. And it allows me to keep going, to keep producing material for you, some good videos. In the last couple of videos, the last one has got 31,000 views, which is brilliant, really. And thanks again for that, John. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here, and every donation is brilliant as well. And cheers for that. Kathy Richard, that's great. Most valuable channel, thank you. You're welcome. Everyone's welcome here. We're going to have to fight this during the winter. we have to fight it as this recession deepens as well. Because the amount of money we save, it's another subject, isn't it? How much money do you save? I know I save at least £1,000, probably more than 1,000 when you add all the ancillary costs on. Hello, Ben. Richard Bruce, like the boxer squared my shoulders and ploughed through. That's the only way to do it, isn't it? Stand up straight, pull your shoulders back, and get on with it. Get on with it. Instead of sitting lounging in a corner with a boozer at 11:30 in the morning feeling sorry for yourself, which you've all done. Bob Hunter. Oh, thanks very much for that, Bob. Bob Hunter. I'm a philosophical alcoholic, but I can still work and live a normal life while living with my cat of 12 years. Should I care about my cat or me? Care about you. And thanks, Bob, for that. I really appreciate it. It's a massive donation. Thank you so much. You need to look after yourself, really. I don't know how you feel at the moment, Bob, but thanks for what you do on the channel, the comments and stuff, especially this. You should care about both, really. Sometimes animals give you inspiration to keep going, don't they? They really do. So it's one of them things you got to balance life a little bit, and hope you're doing well. If you've got any issues, then my number's on the description of all the videos. If you want to talk about anything, yeah. Thanks again, Bob. Yeah, I don't have to fight the idea. Cannot even enter my head. It's too late. But yeah, I agree. It can be, can it? Which I hope you didn't sustain any life-threatening injuries, but those Carlsbergs can be nasty bastards. Carlsberg, I thought, was quite weak. I was a bit greedy with alcohol. I used to like the stronger, I've heard this Western cider's really good for alcoholics. That's for me, not for anybody you. It's really popular. It's really quite strong, apparently. Ben, I think I spent at least a tenner on days where I used to drink. Let's drink at home. Even the ads, I was at £100 a month. Oh, it'd be more than that. Yeah, but we can take care of your cat and yourself. Of course you can, Bob. Look after both of you, really. Peter, the offie around the corner has just closed up. It's another night sober. Well, that's good, Peter. Every night sober is good, isn't it? See if you need a podcast with me, an interview, success story. That'd be a good idea, yeah. I'm not sure to set it up technically about, and that's my partner, my dog, could help me with that. That'd be a good idea. Richard's probably the best beer. Say that again. Carlsberg. Like dishwater. Blackstone, thanks for that, Bob saying that. Yeah, it's something which you have to fight on with, but isn't it great when you feel good? Johnny's been sober 7 weeks. I've been sober 6 years. Stoic sober. So lots of people sober. Lots of people still drinking as well. So the ones that are still drinking, we need help. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to get people fixed. During this whole Stella was mine and Moretti. Yeah, same. Not Moretti as much because I was. I think it was available. I used to drink Star of Prom. Moretti, I used to drink that Leffy in the end, about 6%. That's strong stuff. Thanks again, Bob, from Cathy. Benjamin, I'm doing sober October, but I'm not pressuring myself. No, don't pressure yourself. Just get yourself off it if you can. Don't pressure it. It'll come naturally. I've done it before. I had a break from beer, and it makes me crave it more, not being allowed it. I know what you mean, but think of your health. Leslie, yes, that's true. It's too late to go to the offie if you're on here. Yeah, we should keep it going. For all the offie times. Frank, as you will already know, Stuart, a pint in your old pub, horns around so it costs 10 quid. Jesus Christ, Frank. That's crazy, isn't it? I reckon I spent 1,500 quid 20 years ago in pubs in London a month. But probably 1,000. Last time I was drinking heavily was 2017, 2018. At least 1,000. Probably more now because you got taxis. Couldn't walk with her. Peter Crapsburg is what you call it in Liverpool, yeah. Stoics, Mia, you're right, mate. Early in recovery, we need the tools to fight. Later on in recovery, we don't need to fight anymore. You're winning. Yeah, good point. You will win the longer you're off it. I'm amazed how I've got back to this level of health, from how ill I was. And other people. And when I asked the doctors, they just said, behave yourself, keep off the booze, and eat well. That's really good. It's quite easy, really, when you're off it. And you get the mindset. You can get off it, and then you got to stay off it. And there's so many temptations. That's when you've got to be really strong. So, if I ever drank lager from an off license, we 10 suitors too faster. Ooh, that's very strong, isn't it? John, thanks, John. Well, 10 quid for a pint, that's mad. How can they justify that price? It's crackers, isn't it? Hi again, but thanks, Bob, for that super chat. Really appreciate this. Thank you. I love equally and love from my cat. Cheers, Bob. Look after the cat and look after yourself. You've got to be you've got to look after both, but look after yourself first, please, Bob. And thanks for your donation. I really appreciate that. Gareth, without doubt, the support I get from everyone on this channel is keeping me going. I'm not sleeping well, but waking up without the hangover and feeling like shit. I just smell. No drink last night. Well done, Gareth. You have a good memory, Steve? Yeah, I remember exactly what I spent. Exactly which pubs we went into. The old Samuel Smiths were a bit cheaper than the Green Kings and what in London, A bit, it's what we call the Wetherspoons price-wise now, with Sam Smith's in Soho and Mayfair, especially Soho. Yes, guys, we're feeling good, isn't it? Nice from Bob. Cheers, Don. Love from Dundee, Scotland, brother. Hope the weather is treating you reasonably well over there, Dundee. I've never been to Dundee. I've been to Scotland a few times, Edinburgh mainly though. Frank, do you do 0% cans or do you completely avoid them? I just have 0%. I've always had 0%. Never done me any harm, to be honest. I don't drink so craving. It's just when I had a relapse in 2014, it was just circumstance, really, more than anything. Pierre just downed a pint of water, takes away the thirst. Yeah, water's very good for you, isn't it? Good for your liver, good for your system, cleans you out. Anything you can do to keep off the booze. And the longer you're off, the more chance you've got of staying off. Within 5 years, you have a huge chance of staying off. But you've got to still be mindful of how ill you were. I also got some old photographs which I put on posts on YouTube, and I look at them and I think, Jesus Christ. I showed them to people and said, "You look 80 then." So drawn, so thin and horrendous. Then I was a boxer, as I said. Alcohol is the hardest fight in self-care. Get well. You can't fix anything until you fix it. Yes, very good point. Johnny's made it. A doctor told me that many years ago. You can't look after anybody else unless you look after yourself. It's the same there. You can't fix anything else until you fix yourself. I'll put Clarang fix things, but I can't fix people. You've got to do it first yourself. I know Catherine after a while. I feel it's normal. It's so weird. Frank, when we boxing joining? Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out when you're boxing. That's ultimate fitness boxing, isn't it? Really. It's not just going for a run around the block, is it? It's amazing how many people of us have been skilled and highly acclaimed, and just bang, the booze has got you. And it will take down anybody with any level, the fitness, intellect, or otherwise. It doesn't discriminate, does it? It's just boof, and your life's gone, really. Your sleep will improve. Your sleep will get better. Yeah, it's your whole relaxation, isn't it? Not just sleep. I don't sleep that long, but I relax more. I'm calmer. Life is chaos. It's not alcoholic. Total chaos. It's never calm, is it? Never calm. Home brew is about 30 pence a pint of less to make. That's how I used to drink. My parents' home brew. It's good as well. I think the most noble, brave, and disciplined are the boxing. Boxers, yeah, definitely. Johnny, since I was 7 years and started again 2022. It's so easy, Johnny, isn't it, to slip back into it. I can't switch off after dark. Yeah, put some music on maybe. I'll listen to LBC or really just a talking thing, or when I'm with my girlfriend, it's different to go away. But when you're on your own, it's so much hard to switch off. But reading is quite good. I never put the phone down to go through messages, but you can relax in general in life because, as I said, when you need to drink rather than want one, then your life will become a mess. And once you get into this chaotic lifestyle where you get no peace, it's a no peace lifestyle, drinking. It never stops. The worrying about getting supplies, the money worries you've got, getting to the pub, especially if You got, there's a bit of snow or something. Can the cars get there? Can the taxi get there? Get to you and all this sort of thing. It really is more. It's a full-time job. It's overtime, really, drinking, isn't it? You get no time off ever when you're not have it until you sort of fall asleep in the stupor. Really, I've got one of Steve's videos on to get to sleep. Just kidding. You probably could. Listen to this over and over. Thanks to Gareth Murphy. I know it will as time goes by. I've done it loads of times. Just got to get through it. Cheers. No problem, Gareth. Just keep focused on it. Basically all you got to focus on is not having another drink. It's not rocket science, is it? When you're off it, don't. As Gaza used to say, still does. Don't pick up the first drink. Catherine, I'm going to have an early night. No drink. That's a good idea. Yeah, have an early night. Get yourself to bed early, and that's a good idea. If you can sleep, or even if you can't, at least you're resting on you, and you're trying to think about the booze. Think of it like this: it's going to kill you. What would you do anything? Would you do anything else that was going to kill you? No chance. You wouldn't, would you? As soon as you see a different person, you'll be motivated. Listen to positive music. Yeah, it's a good point. You see a different you after a few weeks. Good, Catherine. Sleep well. Thanks for good night, Catherine. Have a good sleep. Read a book. Do some nice shower. Some just to relax you. Just keep motivated. The fact that we're all alive. So my dad had this expression. A lot of people underground would love to be where you are now. It's very true, isn't it? It's a good saying. A lot of people underground would like to be where you are now, even when I had problems. I'll never forget that. Nick Catherine. Cheers, Dennis. I'll speak to you soon. Blackstone, read a nice book in the warm with a coffee. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just put a bit of news on. No, news is not very good, is it? Put something on, just to keep you relaxing. Music. I like music a little bit, but I do like the talk shows because I'm a bit hyper, and there's lots of stuff on there. I'm also interested in what's happening in the world in general, all this terrorism, all the carry on. But that's just me. Partners don't like the news, but I do. So anything to just keep you motivated, keep you off it. If you do feel like a drink, just say in your mind, I'm not having a drink today. I'm not having a drink today. Beef and chicken, how are you doing anyway? You haven't said much. I know you've been busy. Frank, some soothing. Frank Sinatra in the background. Yeah, perfect. Night, Catherine, sweet dreams. And yeah, good night, Catherine, again. By the time you get to bed, this will be over. I've got a friend who someone see him about 2:30, and he says, "I'm just having this one pint. I finished work or something. When he's finished work, he said, I'm just having one drink. I finished work 2:30, and he's still there 8:30. I've been in that situation. I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'll be there in 20 minutes. I'll be there in an hour. I'll be there by 6 o'clock. I'll be there by 7 o'clock. I'll be there by 8 o'clock. Because once you get the taste for it, you can't leave. Because pubs are so easy to get into, it's so difficult to get out. Maybe because the characters are coming there. I must admit, I couldn't sit in them long now. I'm so. It's easy to sit in them for all day when you're drinking, isn't it? What has deterred me so far is knowing exactly what will happen from the moment I take the first drink. Yeah, it's just disaster, isn't it? Frank Brennan or some Barry White. Anything. Any music's good. It's a good point that Blackstone. What deterred me so far is knowing exactly what will happen from the moment I take the first drink. Yeah. We can predict the future, as somebody said earlier. You know what's going to happen when you drink. 100%. You can't get off it. And as soon as you go back on it, every time you relapse, it takes you longer and longer to get off. It's really bizarre how it affects people. And of all the people I speak to, nobody who's a problem drinker has ever returned to social drinking. That's many years I've known people. Most have either stopped, if they can. Not many can for life, mind. Or they've died quite young. I was speaking to a chap yesterday when I did a one-to-one. He had a friend, 32, died. Another one, 48, in the space of about 3 weeks. Professional guys, not idiots. So from an AC/DC might not seem like, yeah. Thunderstruck. Yeah, I agree. No sleep with AC/DC, is there? Ben Moore, is avoiding pubs altogether not the best thing to do? I feel like stepping inside one is a dancing with the devil. It can be bad for some people. It doesn't bother me. Part of the reason I do this is to go in there to see people who I know and sometimes try and help them a little bit, I'm only in there 15 minutes. Pop in, how you doing, John? That sort of thing. When I go with my partner, I tend to go for a meal, that's different. So I'm not like in the pub at night. I very rarely go to the pub at night, unless I'm out with my fiance. But during the day, no problem. Pop in, have zero bag of nuts and despair. No? You're not like you're going for a session. But some people won't go in at all. But I think you've still got to have some sort of life you can control it. But certainly don't go in if you can't control it. That wouldn't be very good. And we all get to a level where we can cope, I remember ordering a coffee at the pub once and getting a weird look. I won't do it again. It's funny that actually. I'll tell you a funny story about it. If you do benefit from these lives, then please hit the super chat button or buy me coffee links at the top, which a few people have done, which is great. And the more people that support the channel, the more I can do with the channel. Keep producing the videos and keep on with this as well. It's good. It's helping a lot of people out, and you're helping a lot of people as well. The whole group. Yeah, about the coffee. I'm not going to coffee. We don't sell coffee. That was in the northeast, mate. From Deep Purple and Smoke in the Water. God, that was years ago. I played that in the band. The first song you learn as a guitarist, isn't it? Smoke in the Water. So it's easy. Only 3 chords, isn't it? Listening to podcasts, it helps me be more calm. It's better than listening to the wind and rain. I actually like the wind and rain. In fact, I put that on something on one of them things on his phone, I recommend staying out of pubs for the first to 6 months of recovery. Once you're comfortable, you can go. Like, yeah, that's a good point. So, yeah. Once you're I would say I'm super confident you're all right, Like sober, I'm stocked up on essentials like cigarettes and Pringles ahead of Amy, just in case I can't get a show over again. How bad's this storm going to be then? Been really heavy rain today in Newcastle. I went up to Morpeth, to my mother, about 20 miles north. It was a horrendous amount of surface water. That's another thing I couldn't do when I was drinking. Drive. Even when I was sort of soberish, I was so anxious about driving, so nervous about driving. Couldn't drive on straight roads. It's madness, But get all that back. You get your life back. That's another reason not to relapse. You want your life back, don't you? Blackstone, so you can shoulder the weight of the world. Drinking, you can't handle a paperclip. That's a very good point. You can't handle anything, can you? Can't handle anything. So I don't know. But I've seen the rats on my other boat putting on life jackets. That could be bad then, isn't it? Get in a dinghy. You can shoulder the weight of the world. You can, mate. So I wish you could watch these streams live at night time. I'm sure I would sleep better. Is it because of the difference in time, Kathy? Because they are repeatable. As it were, they're on YouTube. They're not live, obviously, but just repeated a lot. Frank, you live in Newcastle still, and of course, you love the wind and rain, and that's just no matter. Yeah, I was in London for nearly 30 years. For some strange reason, I got deported back here. I've never recovered. I'll go overseas eventually with my partner. Hi, James, how are you doing? John Doe, it's proper windy down here in South London at the moment. Trees swaying and all that. Been wet. Whereabouts are you, John, in South London? I think you told me, but I worked a little bit when I was in the Met. And Catford, Lewisham, Lee Road, Blackheath. I got promoted. I went to West End Centre on Savile Row. Bit different. But you said Bromley, that's right, yeah. Well, that's not far, is it? From Catford, really. Catford and Bromley. PD and PR, I think it was. Showed numbers. We used to cover Bromley's ground quite a bit. I'm surprised when it used to be quite decent weather down there. Just Leeds here, raining, windy as heck. Bloody hell. On a night on Limerick tonight feels like repeat on 29 Thursday. James, I think we spoke before, yeah, try and rein it in a little bit. Because otherwise it's going to get out of control. You're just a young man, Try and pull in a bit. Chester, Leeds, rain, wind. I'll just repeat that again. I've been to Leeds for a while. Been on the train through it, obviously. James, you're still young. Get off it if you can. Get your life on track. Blackstone, I'm just relishing you being able to read all the comments soon. You will be overwhelmed with comments. It is kind of quite busy. You just sort of read it quickly. That's why people say I mumble, but it's hard to speak Queen's English with all these comments. But I try and get most on there if I can. Thanks, Baxter. Maybe I need a secretary. Amy's going to hit northwest Scotland, 90 mile an hour winds from 5 a.m. Right, best we stay out of Scotland. We'll not go there for the evening. I don't mind the odd storm. To be honest, I'm a bit extreme like that. I like extreme things. Maybe not on a boat where you are, but you were deported back to Jordanland after 30 years and then, yeah, just about, yeah. I don't know what I did wrong, actually. I know what I did wrong, but it's for another channel. That was nothing to do with the job, it was just marriage, I think. I know. Jen, I'm going to try weed down if I go out for a drink less. So, yeah, you wean off it a bit, yeah, taper off it if you can, yeah. So I do like the thunder and the lightning and the rain. I remember being in Turkey a few years ago now. I've never seen a storm like it. I used to go to Lake Garda quite a lot and Lake Como. The storms over the mountains, incredible. In Switzerland, Austria. All you get in the UK is just this thin rain. Maybe they get soaked all the fucking time. Thin rain, I call it. The type of, it's just gets damp air, isn't it? It's fucking awful. This is another reason why we go to the pub, isn't it? Pissing down rain, or just go in the pub and have a coffee. Go in the pub, have a lemonade, and you end up on the booze. Disaster again. That's what I put this video of the week. Disaster. That's what it is. It's not just a relapse. For me, it was a disaster in 2014 when I tried tour. You ever been in Ireland, Stephen? Just curious. No, we went to Ireland a little while ago for a wedding, and I had some Guinness Zero, which was incredible because it was from the pump. It was so smooth. I could have drank it all night long. Johnny, Steve, see you all on the next one. I'm off for a walk before bed and sooner get wet and relapse. Good night all. Good lad, Johnny. Keep it up, mate. Keep it up. You've got to push it. Push it, man. Because, I'm going to have this meeting in January in London. I'm going to I'm going to book a restaurant, right? I want everybody to go. If you can't afford the train, get a bus. Back in the 17th century, there were coffee houses everywhere in London, but because people in them were energetic and discussed the revolution, they were shut down. Really? Bloody hell. Didn't know that. There was a good pub just off Kingley Street where I used to drink called the Old Coffee House in Soho. Brilliant pub that was. You'll get a chance to go to London, look for the Old Coffee House. The Red Line where I used to work. Well, that area worked where I used to drink. That was my patrol area. Red Line, the Old Coffee House. Which is a handy trick to wind down is Google ART images or different images. Try different countries to explore. Brilliant, thanks, Richard. Somebody, you got 0% Guinness from the pump in Ireland. Well done. Yeah, it was Dublin. Fantastic. I've never said anything like it. I haven't had a drink for years, 6 years this month actually, and I like the Guinness Zero. That was really good. The 0% can thing is good. My son-in-law actually bought me a little thing we put on the top of the can. The 0%, but I haven't actually used it yet. It gives it a bit more body. Particularly BBC Radio 3 is often useful. Thanks, Richard. I'll have a look at that as well. Hope you benefit from these lives. I do. I hope you do. If you want to drop super chat in, if you want to support the channel, please do. The more support we get, the more we can do. Friday night here is better than Friday night in the booze, isn't it? So when I taking your wet clothes off in front of a log fire in a little country pub with a smell of real ale was very comforting. Yeah, that's going back to my fantasy reality, of being in this country pub and having a lovely time. It's never ever like that, never ever like that. It's always a bit more problematic. You end up going home pissed and the wife's going mental. That's basically what happened to me every night, every day, or whatever. John, I remember when I went to Crete back in about 2025, there was an earthquake that hit. There was, wasn't there? 2005, sorry, 2005. About 10 p.m. I was sitting in the bar when I proceeded to shut the pants, including me. Just drink more booze, don't you? James had 2 interviews last week for good jobs, so hoping one works out. Good man. Then I need to cut down the Monday morning blues affected me in the last job. Huge problems. I put a few videos about the Sunday fears, which can be horrific because you worry about going to work. I used to manage to come back from annual leave, and I do that, Richard. Art and on YouTube stuff like bushcrafting, plenty of reading, word games, walking, exercise, fantastic. Excellent. Steve patrol area was between the lounge, saloon. Yeah, it was like really. You're right. Fucking mad, isn't it? I'm doing some plainclothes observations on some of the boozers. Hey, the stories I could tell you are not printable. Well, it's certainly not suitable here. I'll tell you in January. I'll meet you all. We're definitely going to do that. So I'll get a date and we'll meet in London if you can make it, obviously. But no drink, obviously. Can you imagine we all drank it? Fucking nightmare, wasn't it? Anyway, enough of that. So, we've done about an hour there. I think we're going to sort of really in a bit now. And I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. And it's been good chat tonight. Quite lively, which is brilliant. And Fridays can be a bad day for people who are trying to pull off the drink. And it's not easy, but you can do it. James, especially in accounting jobs, probably get away with it a lot in jobs. Yeah, I just think of London boozer. My brain. No, that's just be meeting another boozer. Okay, folks. Any other questions? I think we'll just say good night. And I think 8:30's working out all right. Obviously, the clocks will change. We'll still keep it 8:30. And thanks, John, for your donation. Thanks, Stan. And thanks for being here. I enjoy these. Hope you do. It's a good place to meet. It's good for accountability for people who are still drinking. And my mission here is to get everybody off the booze, because there's no reason we can't all be sober and we can't all be happier. Good night, Dan. Good night, Sub. Good night, Stoic. Good night, Christopher. And good night to all the moderators. You've done a brilliant job, especially getting rid of that idiot the other night, Stoic. Bit of a strange character, wasn't he? Good night, Stephen. All have a good weekend. I don't think we're getting many nutters now because they know these moderators are quite strong. So we've got a good group of people here, and we'll build up with time. It's doing well, and thanks again, and have a good evening. Friday night. It's much better here, isn't it, than being pissed? Well, it's on. We used to enjoy it, didn't we? But it's too late for that now. That door's closed. New chapter. Better lifestyle. Healthy and positive. Yeah. Richard, bread and cheese, good for you. Right, I'll say good night anyway. I'll catch you very soon. Take care, everybody.